I seem to have triggered a lot of you basic white men. I would like to clarify that I'm not judging and I don't have a problem. I'm not sure you realize what an observation is, but I was pretty clear that this was an airport observation. So I'm sorry you're hurt.
What's one thing about America that you just do not like compared to India?
Cultures things.
Yeah.
Like family culture, the marriage, the relationship wise. In India, we love somebody, we try to live and marry one person for lifetime. But in US, they change woman or man like a cloth. We want to sacrifice.
Yeah.
We need something, we want to sacrifice.
Yeah.
But in this country, they don't sacrifice.
I believe, the man is supposed to be the breadwinner.
Okay.
I would like to talk about, maybe having a weekly allowance or something.
How much was how much would be So how much is a weekly allowance?
Like my last relationship, he was giving me like $2,000-3,000 every week.
Isn't it funny how some women associated providing men with money and money only? Whatever happened to a man providing information, education, guidance, advice, or even behavior improvement? Do you know why some women consider a man giving them money being the provider of the relationship? Because that is the only thing they would accept from a man. A lot of modern women, they don't want no guidance. They don't want to be told that they need to do better as the female in that relationship. How could that woman from the previous clip, I'm not judging her, how could she be an asset to his life? How can she bring improvement to his life? Actually goes for a lot of women out there. A lot of women, they are so cool and so content with spending a man's money that he clearly works hard for and don't even pack the man's lunch. Girl, please. These women, they don't even want to master the basics in a relationship. They don't want to cook, they don't want to clean, they don't want to do none of that. They just want to sit there, be pretty, and spend the man's money. And what kind of world do you live in, honestly? And especially, what are you going to do when you get old? Whose money are you going to spend then? You're going to be alone and ugly.
Hi guys. A lot of women's absolute worst nightmare is the day when men wake up and realize their worth. Men are now checking out of relationships that no longer serve as assets to their life, but rather liabilities. Men are seeing the lack of gratitude and minimal to no reciprocity they encounter on a consistent basis from the other side. Men are struggling to keep up, and they're sick and tired of having to prove themselves over and over and over again just to ensure the love and the loyalty of their woman. Masculine men are the guarding walls of our society, and they've done an outstanding job holding it together, even though they've been continuously shamed and ridiculed for the very qualities that make them men. A man wants his woman to be a place of solace and refuge, not another battle he has to fight.
And also too, before we get into the main video feature, now this is a video from the trans wife. She called herself on TikTok. Trans wife pretty much means that she's a traditional wife and she want to be traditional in her marriage. I think she's married, but she recently spoke about passport men. She's a little late with this. This has been going on, but I think she had an interesting take on it. Let's check it out.
You guys, I just figured out what the passport bro trend is. Never did I know what this was. I kept getting so many comments and I finally decided to look it up. A lot of people were trying to connect the trad wife movement with the passport bro trend and how they're similar. So yeah, let's unpack this. So if you don't know what the passport bro trend is, it's where men are coming to the conclusion that there's not as many ultra feminine, submissive, and traditional women in the Western part of the world, such as the United States. And they're packing their bags. They're out. They're getting their passports and they're going to Europe. They're going to the Philippines. They're going to countries where traditional women are more common and traditional values are practiced more. I did see this toxic hookup culture part of the passport bro trend, and I do not agree with hookup culture or anything like that. However, the underlying reason this is a thing is because men are realizing that women in the Western part of the world are really chasing after money, independence, a career, and these men want women who ultimately just want to be a wife and a mother, and they're submissive and they're traditional. And yes, there's pros and cons to this idea, just like anything. I mean, I don't necessarily think you have to leave the country that you are in to find a wife, but there have been men who have left the country to find their wife. So now I'm going to chime in with my thoughts. What are the possible cultural differences happening here? Personally, I see women here in the United States chasing independence and freedom away from their family. Statistically, the number of single 18 and 19-year-old girls getting into apartments or living situations with roommates has skyrocketed. Why? They don't want to live with their parents and be told what to do. Whereas in these other countries where traditional values are practiced more, these girls are staying close to their family or living with their family until they find their husbands. These women and young girls are getting guidance from these male figures in their family, such as their dad or their brothers. They're protected from outside interference and influence from their family. It makes sense. The idea of living with your parents past the age of 18 is kind of looked down upon here in the United States. Like, oh, you live with your parents still? Yeah, what's wrong with that? You're protected, you have guidance, and you're waiting for your husband. You don't have to work crazy hours to support yourself. It makes sense. My conclusion is I understand why this is a thing. There's pros and cons, but I get it.
In this video, we're going to be discussing a passport Becky who was walking through Bangkok's airport and noticed some interesting things. But I'm going to let her tell you about that. Let's get right into it.
Honestly, the amount of white dudes with Thai women that are waiting to board international flights, it's an absurdity. It is crazy. Like, half of the couples in this airport right now are beautiful Thai women with super basic white dudes.
Okay, now I think I see why she triggered so many men by making a comment of saying super basic.
Are beautiful Thai women with super basic white dudes.
Now, us as black men, we're used to black women always throwing a little jab like, oh, he's basic. But you gonna put super basic on it? When the truth be told, she's super basic. Like, there's nothing really that stands out about her. Her features, there's nothing really that, somebody can describe her and be like, oh, she got a such as. No, she's real average looking and she's super basic.
I would choose a Thai woman too. I don't understand why everyone is missing the point of my video. I seem to have triggered a lot of you basic white men. I would like to clarify that I'm not judging and I don't have a problem. I'm not sure you realize what an observation is, but I was pretty clear that this was an airport observation. So I'm sorry you're hurt. Several, and none of them are basic white men.
I think we will probably see her again. She's loving the low vibrational attention she's getting right now. So I'm pretty sure she will make another video speaking on passport men. A lot of times when people throw insults at you, they are usually the insults that they feel about themselves. Looking at her, knowing that she knows she has a pretty average, basic face and body. Maybe she feel that way about herself, and to see all these ideal companions for her, but they did not accept her. They chose the beautiful Thai woman. Hey, I might be reaching, but maybe this is where that came from. But that's all I got in this video. Hit that subscribe button on your way out. Also, don't forget to follow me on Datingwright Clips and Ronin Passport. Thanks for watching the video to the end. I will see you in the next one.